Alright, what's happening everybody? It's your boy Akeem, here to give you a preview of the Georgia Bulldogs for the 2016 college football season. They had to get rid of head coach Mark Richt, but I don't really think that was a good decision. He is now with the Miami Hurricanes, so they have a new coaching staff, mainly coaches from Alabama. Kirby Smart is the new head coach, the head guy in charge. He was the defensive coordinator for the Tide and the national champions last season. I think this was a good replacement for Mark Richt, but I don't think Mark Richt should have been fired. It was mainly issues that they had at quarterback, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. They picked up John Chaney out of Pitt as the new offensive coordinator. Defensive coordinator from Alabama is Mel Tucker. So this is going to be a completely new coaching staff. Last season, this team went 10-3 overall, and their starter this year is going to be returning a fifth-year senior in Grayson Lambert. He did had 12 touchdown passes and just 2 interceptions last season, but they lacked converting on third down, as well as lacked really completing any passes. And that's, I think, in getting the ball rolling with throwing the football, because they were too focused on running the football with Sonny Michael and Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb had the season-ending knee injury. He was out for the season, and then Michelle actually stepped it up, and he is a good backup running back. He did a great job, in my opinion. I think this is going to be a good tandem, but Chubb should be able to be available for game one of the season. Sony Michel will not be available because he did had an arm injury. The receiving core, they no longer have the leading receiver in Malcolm Mitchell, who had 865 yards receiving. The second leading receiver was much lower as far as the numbers, with 379 yards. As you can see, that big of a gap was Terry Godwin, who is returning this upcoming season. So Grayson's going to have to do a better job throwing the football, or they're going to have to depend on another player to step it up at quarterback, and that, I believe, is Jason Gerson as another player who's going to be battling out between him and Lambert. Now, as far as the defense, they do have arguably one of the top secondaries in the country, with Malcolm Parrish and Dominic Sanders, who was an All-SEC performer at the end of the season last year, along with Quincy Mosser and Aaron Davis. I think this is a great secondary, but they are going to be missing out key players in the front seven, like Leonard Davis, as well as Jordan Jenkins. That was a couple tough losses, and Jake Gannis, who did a good job as far as tackles. So those are a couple of tough losses that they are having to fill in those voids in that front seven. Now, as far as their schedule, on September 3rd against UNC, this is going to be a good game for you guys to watch. September 24th against Ole Miss and Chad Kelly, he's a good quarterback. October 1st against Tennessee, that could be great implications of who will represent the East Division. October 29th against Florida. I mentioned in my previous video, I believe it's going to be between Florida, Georgia, and Tennessee to represent the East, and wrapping things up with their arch rival at the end of the season against Georgia Tech. Now, it really falls on the hands of the quarterback position, just like for the Florida Gators. I think both defenses will be just fine. They have good running backs on both teams, but I think they're going to have to get things going as far as throwing the football for both Florida and Georgia. I think this is going to be a tough schedule for them. I actually have the Georgia Bulldogs going off 9-3 this season, 10-2 at best. I do not think they're going to represent the East Division. Now, the next time I catch you guys will be tomorrow, in which I will post up more SEC previews. Thank you for watching today's vlogs. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.